You begin to cultivate a deep-seated trust in yourself that transforms how you navigate through life. You no longer second-guess your decisions, nor do you feel the need to over-explain your actions. Instead, you proceed with a quiet strength, an assurance rather than arrogance. This inner confidence manifests itself in your posture, the way you carry yourself, how you enter a room, and even in the tone of your voice. You do not feel compelled to announce your intentions to the world. Your actions do that for you. You've built a solid habit of following through on your commitments, and that authenticity resonates with others. Over time, you notice a remarkable shift. The world around you starts to trust you as well. Not because you demanded respect, but because your integrity spoke for itself. The question then arises, how do you cultivate such unshakable confidence? The answer lies not in grand gestures or monumental achievements, but in the discipline of small commitments. Every morning, make a single promise to yourself and keep it. Whether it's waking up at a certain time, reading a few pages of a book, or completing a specific task, hold yourself accountable. Honor these commitments not based on how you feel in the moment, but because you said you would. Gradually, allow your daily life to transform into a series of small victories that accumulate over time. When you accomplish these promises, articulate them out loud. Hearing your own progress serves as a powerful affirmation, building a mental foundation of self-belief. Consider this vivid imagery: a man who rises before dawn. He states, "I will wake up early," and he does. He asserts, "I will exercise," and follows through. He resolves, "I will refrain from complaining today," and he maintains that vow. While these may not seem like monumental actions, each promise kept serves as a brick laid in the construction of his own fortress of self-confidence that he can stand upon. When people inquire about the source of his confidence, he doesn't need to elaborate. He simply nods in acknowledgement, for he knows it was built through discipline and unwavering honesty. Conversely, if you continually break commitments to yourself, if tomorrow becomes next week, just once morphs into a habitual pattern, or if you make promises you know will not be honored, you are inadvertently training yourself to distrust your own inner voice. This internal discord creates feelings of hesitation and stagnation. It's not external forces holding you back. It's the fracture between your intentions and actions that breeds insecurity. The only remedy for this dissonance isn't fleeting inspiration. It is steadfast integrity. So let me ask you, can you genuinely trust yourself? Strip away external distractions and the personas you present to the world. When it's just you, without an audience or the weight of expectations, are you a man of your word? Or conversely, are you still betraying the most significant contract you have? That which exists between you and yourself. Here's a crucial truth often left unspoken. True confidence doesn't stem from how you carry your body. It begins with the promises you make to yourself, the promises only you hear, and that ultimately shape your very essence. Decide today to treat those promises as sacred and raise your personal standards regarding what your word means. You need not launch boldly into the world, just start with authenticity. Build trust with yourself, one small act at a time. As you do, you will notice a change in your demeanor. You will walk taller, speak with greater clarity, and stand more firmly. For nothing strengthens a person like the unwavering belief that comes from self-trust. This, indeed, is where true, unshakable confidence resides. not in mere words, but in your steadfast follow-through. Once you achieve this, you will not need to project an image of invincibility. You will simply know with certainty that nothing can deter you. Move with intent, even when the path remains hidden. You do not need to envision every step along the way. Instead, you need to commit to that next step. Navigate your journey with purpose and conviction, understanding that while you may not have visibility over the entire road ahead, you are progressing in the right direction. Consider the individual who is paralyzed by doubt, ceaselessly analyzing every potential move, waiting for a sign or the fog to dissipate. He wanders in circles, mistaking hesitation for wisdom, while time elapses unrelentingly, leaving him stagnant. In contrast, visualize the man who walks forward with determination into the unknown. He might not know the destination, but with each stride, he forges a trail into existence. He moves mountains not because he has a clear view of the peak before him, but because he refuses to halt his forward motion. Why then do so many hesitate? The uncharted territory holds an intimidating grip on them. They've been misled into believing that certainty guarantees safety, that you must possess every answer before taking action, that the entire course must be illuminated from start to finish. Yet, that's simply not how life rewards those who seek purpose. No one ever glimpses the complete journey before embarking on it. No legend is crafted with a perfect map in hand. Purpose emerges in the climb, in the struggle, in taking steps without recognition or applause. The longer you wait for conditions to become perfect, the further you drift from the life you were meant to lead. So when the way is obscured, choose. Choose a direction, establish a mission, not out of desperation, but with disciplined resolve. Your movements should not sprout from panic. Instead, act with poise and fierce intention. Aim for not 10 goals, but commit to one. Plant your flag and venture forth. As you continue on this path, something transformative will occur. The way forward begins to reveal itself. Previously unseen doors will open, allies will emerge, and the ground beneath you will gain strength with each step. But none of this unfolds unless you initiate the journey. When doubt arises, and it inevitably will, anchor yourself in your core values. Ask yourself, what kind of man do I wish to become? This inquiry will serve you infinitely more than any rigid plan could. Understanding the man you are striving to manifest means you won't rely on external validation. You possess a compass that remains steady regardless of external circumstances. It does not matter whether it's a beautiful day or a ferocious storm outside, whether the crowd is celebrating or remains silent. You continue on your path. Every action you take, aligned with your values, lays down yet another brick in the foundation of your future. Speed is irrelevant. Direction is crucial. A man moving at a deliberate pace toward a meaningful aspiration is light years ahead of someone racing in circles without clarity. Do not confuse mere motion with significance. The real question is not how quickly you are advancing, but whether you are heading towards something substantial. Envision two travelers on the precipice of an expansive terrain. One stands idle, desperately waiting for the perfect map. He yearns for certainty and refuses to make a move until every detail is laid out. The other looks to the stars, trusts his principles, and walks forward with purpose. He may not know the precise route, but understands the direction he wishes to take. And so, he begins his journey. Along the way, He encounters allies, adapts to circumstances, and discovers hidden paths. The landscape shifts, yet so does he. Through movement, he cultivates growth. Meanwhile, the other remains stuck in hesitation, endlessly sharpening his pencil while the world continues its course. Now, reflect on this. Are you merely contemplating the act of walking, or are you actually taking steps? Are you caught up in planning, or are you engaging life in motion? You don't need to have every single detail figured out. No one does. If someone claims to possess all the answers, they are likely deceiving themselves. Life doesn't reward preparation alone. It values commitment and decisiveness. You gain wisdom by navigating through uncertainty, encountering challenges head-on, and crafting your path step by step. Trust in your ability to take those steps. Trust in your efforts. A person who persists in moving forward, regardless of their uncertainty, will inevitably reach their destination. They learn through experience, endure through trial, and take action consistently. You are not required to understand every twist and turn. You only need the courage to commence the journey. One step followed by another, and yet another. This is the genesis of pathways. This is how lives are constructed, and this is how greatness is achieved. Will you choose to walk forward even when the route isn't entirely visible? Or will you remain stationary, awaiting a sense of certainty that may never materialize? The next step is poised for you to take. It is within your reach. Refrain from over-explaining your actions. Allow results to speak for themselves. The individual who relies on extensive justifications often reveals more than their intentions. They reveal their uncertainty. When each step comes with explanations, when you must provide rationalizations to defend against perceived criticism, you are not operating from a place of conviction. You are negotiating with your own doubts. However, a person who acts in alignment with their purpose does not require applause or validation. They act because it is time to do so, driven by an inherent understanding of what needs to be accomplished. The world may not comprehend your choices. You may face questions or scoffing from others, but you do not retreat. You are not here to convince the masses. You are here to create. Why then do so many feel the compulsion to justify themselves? Why the endless disclaimers, the hesitation, the need for validation? While sometimes stemming from weakness, these tendencies often originate from a misplaced focus on seeking approval and recognition. If you continuously find yourself steering your course based on external opinions, you relinquish control of your own mission. You permit individuals who are not on your journey to dictate your path, allowing them authority they haven't earned. Your life is not a group endeavor. Your calling is not subject to a committee's approval. The people who cast doubts on your path do not carry the weight of your burdens. They do not wake up with your worries or share your dreams. They're unaware of the prayers you've whispered, the sacrifices you've made, or the battles you've fought in silence. Why then should their skepticism determine your direction? It is crucial to grasp this reality early in your journey. The more you try to explain yourself in search of external validation, the more you dilute your own power. You begin to bend, to diminish, to soften your voice until it no longer resembles your own. Once you start tailoring your truth to appease the crowd, you lose the clarity that was meant to propel you forward. Your conviction transforms into compromise. Your vision becomes muddled. But it doesn't have to be this way. To break this debilitating habit, Cultivate a deep trust in your own decisions. Act with clarity, not arrogance, but with quiet strength. Trust that you have prepared for this moment, that you have engaged in deep reflection, and that you've followed your instincts. Once you've come to those conclusions, take action. Let that action be the testament to your values and beliefs. You do not owe the world an explanation. Your transformation is your statement to the outside world. Picture a man who awakens before dawn. He keeps his intentions to himself, void of announcements or explanations regarding his training, studying, or building. He simply immerses himself in his work. His neighbors notice the transformation, yet they struggle to comprehend what he's up to. They chuckle, making remarks like, "What's the point of all this?" He hears their laughter, smiles, and remains quiet. Why should he engage in dialogue when his future speaks volumes through every action? Days turn into weeks, and while they are still observing, still speculating, still critiquing, he is thriving. His environment becomes warmer, his physical presence grows more robust, and his demeanor more commanding. Gradually, the laughter subsides, and the nature of their inquiries shifts. No longer are they mocking. They begin to ask questions, not out of ridicule, but out of respect. This is the profound power of a person who chooses to stop explaining and starts embodying their truth. When you live in alignment with your values, when your choices spring from purpose, and when your actions resonate with your vision, you no longer seek external understanding. You simply persist. Respect will inevitably follow. While it may not come instantly, it will manifest over time. Nothing speaks louder than consistency and perseverance. So, consider this. Are you caught in a cycle of trying to explain your journey to gain acceptance? Are you hoping that through enough dialogue, others will finally approve of your choices? Or are you focused on constructing a life so solid, so undeniably rooted in discipline, that no justification is ever necessary? One path leaves you exhausted and longing for external validation, while the other empowers you. Ultimately, your life becomes your message. Your tenacity becomes your language, and your moments of silence serve as the compelling evidence that you seek no one's permission. Speak less. Move more. Let your accomplishments rise in your defense. Let your transformative journey be the narrative that tells your story. In conclusion, remember this profound truth. The world will not remember merely what you plan to do. It will remember what you executed. True success favors those who remain calm amid turmoil. The storm does not shatter a man. It reveals him. It strips away false pretenses, comfort, and a sense of control. It tests the very essence of who you are beneath the surface. Most people do not falter because of the storm itself. Instead, they stumble due to their reactions. Panic is what leads to their downfall. Fear drives them off course. Yet, the man who remains composed becomes something extraordinary. He doesn't merely endure the storm, he commands it. While others flee, shout in alarm, or retreat, he stands resolute. He becomes the steady eye of the storm because he understands something crucial. The one who stands their ground claims ownership of it. Why is this calmness so powerful? Because pressure acts as a great divider. It distinguishes those who merely pretend strength from those who genuinely possess it. It uncovers who is authentic and who is simply performing for an audience. In tranquil circumstances, everyone presents themselves as composed and confident. But when adversity strikes, only those who have prepared can endure without faltering. From this perspective, calm becomes more than just a state of mind. It becomes a powerful evidence of your character, a testament to your readiness. In moments of turmoil, people naturally gravitate toward the one who remains unflinching, the individual who doesn't add confusion, but instead brings order. You must understand this profound reality that many never grasp. Calmness is not weakness. It is not passivity or surrender. Calm is control. It is strength refined through discipline. It is the result of a person who has decided that their emotions will not dictate their actions. Rather, they will govern their emotions. They do not allow panic to rise just because the world is in upheaval, nor do they let anger dictate their interactions merely because it's easier to do so. They understand that true power lies not in how loudly you proclaim your confidence, but in how resolutely you can remain when everything around you shifts. So how do you cultivate this level of calm in a world ruled by chaos? You prepare. Preparation is not merely physical, it is mental. Before challenges arise, visualize the battles you will face. Practice maintaining stillness in simple situations so that you can exhibit composure in critical ones. Learn to pause before speaking, to breathe before acting, and to observe before reacting. Train yourself to remain steady in a world that is constantly changing. That does not mean you will become numb. Instead, it signifies your mastery over how you respond to external stimuli. You'll begin to recognize the warning signs within yourself, the tightening in your jaw, the quickening of your mind, the clenching of your fists. Rather than allowing these signals to overwhelm you, you'll learn to slow down, turn inward, and remind yourself, I will not yield my peace to this moment. That's discipline, that's training, that's strength. For anyone can remain composed when times are smooth. Yet, to maintain your composure amid turbulence, that's what sets apart the man of true power from the man merely making noise. So, visualize a scenario. Imagine you're part of a team facing a sudden crisis. As chaos erupts and everyone around you begins shouting, blaming one another, and scrambling for answers, you harness your state of calm. While others lose their footing, panicking and frantically fueling the fire, you hold your ground. You remain quiet, centered, steady amidst the turmoil. You are aware that clarity emerges from stillness, that solutions are found when tempers cool, and that reality can be discerned from a thoughtful perspective, rather than rushed reactions. Thus, in the midst of chaos, cultivate a calm that reflects true character. Prepare yourself for this by becoming the anchor for those around you. In turbulent times, you will shine as a beacon of stability, transforming pressure into opportunities for growth and leadership. In conclusion, remember this: your growth lies not just in surviving the storms, but in how you choose to weather them. Stand firm, act with steady purpose, and build a life that refuses to bend to external noise. Your journey is defined by your resolve, a testament to the power of calmness amidst chaos. Let go of the need for validation and simply move forward. Your journey is yours alone, and with each step, you will create a path that is both empowering and transformative. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.